Well, it's 2 o'clock, it's Thursday, and I've just got back from Clitheroe after 2.5 hours of driving, loading, etc. Pick up these big lumps of sandstone for making the new louvres from the church. So what I've got to do now is climb right up there with a tape measure, pad and pencil, measure up and then get these drawn out for the size that we need and get them cut. It's a lovely bit of stone, nice bit of grain in it, and yeah, there you go. That's what my morning has involved. What I do, right out in the middle of nowhere, up top of the hills. Right, well, this is what we're replacing. The louvres, we've got 2 of them to do. That one there, it's centre of the frame, and there's one up there. Again, it's about centre. They've eroded. They started to delaminate, so we're going to whip them out and replace them with the new stone. Now we've got it 40mm thick. The ones we're replacing, they're actually less, probably about 30mm thick. They've eroded. So yeah, we're about right with the stone we've got. Better than these pretend ones that somebody's changed at some point. They'll be concrete, these ones. But yeah, right, let's go all the way back down now. I've got my measurements, done my drawings, and we can start cutting out the louvres. You can see we're quite a way up here where the louvres are. Lovely view, but the problem is I've got to get the damn things all the way up here, which is going to be fun. Right, time to go down the old ladder. Yeah, we're nearly done now on the old church. That's the other clock. All I've got to do on that is just gold leaf that one hand. Might even do that today if we get time. And put the minute hand back on it, but it's all been painted up. So really, we've probably only got, once we've done the louvres, maybe a couple of days. And the job's then complete and finished. And where's next? Well, we've got a little stone job to do. And once that's done, we're back on the Trawboat Inn. And we've got a ton of work to do on there, including, as winter comes in, a load of lime plastering, which will be just nice for winter. Although I do have a pointing job to do, which is just bog standard pointing for a lady who's been messed about by some, in brackets, builder. He's basically is just skimmed a little bit off the bricks with a grinder. Excuse me, had a bit of a mess of them. Oh dear, swallowed a fly, I think. Get it out. Yeah, so he's made a bit of a mess of the bricks. And then he went on to use burnt sand mastic. What a mess. Yeah, so, right. Another 2 ladders to go and we're down. Well, this is a first. You've never climbed the scaffolding with me. Not been to the very top yet, obviously. I think there was another 2 lifts to go from where we were doing the louvres. But we're just about down now. There we go, back on terra firma. I hope nobody has vertigo. Right, let's go and cut this stone now. Well, set it all out first and then cut it, obviously. But yeah, I think it might be a brew first because I'm parched and I've been driving for hours and so on. So yeah, there we go. And it's a lovely sunny day. So let's crack on. Okay, what we've done here now is we've done a line. If you can see it across there, and there's one across there. What I've done, I've measured up from the bottom, because that's a fairly straight edge, to a set size. Then I've drawn my line across, checked it and double checked it, and then I put a square into the corner to give me my measurement from there, to transfer it to there. And by doing that, that'll give me a nice square piece. And once I've done that, I've got to measure down from that line, 11 inches, same on that side. And then we need to come out by an inch, maybe an inch and a bit, inch and a quarter, something like that, and cut out the T-shape, because these slot into a gap to joint them and stop them falling out. Okay, I shall carry on marking out. There we go. So it's that, like that. It's like a T-shape. I was going to do the cuts this side, but I've changed my mind because the end over there is not straight enough. It's got a big chunk out of it basically, and for appearance wise we want it a bit neater. So I'll use the cut edge there, so it'll be a nice clean edge. I can always put the planer over it if there's any saw marks in it. But I don't think it'll matter that much, to be honest with you, because it'll cut quite clean, this. But it also leaves me a nice, great big offcut there, which do something nice with. Maybe put some house numbers on it or something that will look nice, and do a bit of gold leaf inlay into them, something like that. Which will give me a bit of practice on the old carving letters. Probably do the house number for home, and please Lady Stella with it, hopefully. Get the old dust mask on. Smells a bit musty in here. I'll have it on for a while. Right, okay. That's the first one cut. I'm ready to go up. It's not going to go up today because I've got the other one to cut, and it's getting late. I'm going to attempt moving this out of the van to cut it. I'm going to cut it in the van. It's a big heavy lump, that. Of course, it went in via forklift truck, so I'm going to cut it down in here. Mask on. I'm going to be breathing this stuff in. Full respirator on. Off the pencil line now. Damn it. There we go. hot in that mask. Come on, come off. Things I do. There we go, bolster chisel. Split that off there. Sorted. Right. Now I'll cut out the next bit. Not really the best place to be doing it in a van, but better than breaking my back, lifting the damn thing out. We're getting there. We're getting there. A little dust mask there. Put that on, I think. The thing is with the respirator, it's steaming up because it's that damn warm in here. A little dust mask on there. Right, that's reduced it in size a bit. Yeah, need a brush now. Brush the dust off it so I can see what I'm doing. Right, so all we've got to do now is mark out for the old T shape on it, which I think will have this side here as the leading edge. All I've got to do now is find my damn tape measure. There it is. There's the old tape measure. Lovely. Where's my drawing? Make sure I'm putting it the right way. Yep, spot on. Spot on. Lovely jubbly. Right. 11 inches and 11 inches. I'm going to come in to there. Right. And to there. Right. Take me to trauma. Right, so put the straight edge on. Making sure it's right. Same again there. And that's that there. Right, so we want cutting it there. Don't think there's a lot of difference in the two edges. I don't think it matters which goes where. We want to cut out that bit there. Could have done with a little masonry bit just to drill a hole in the corner, but I've none with me, unfortunately. Right, take mask off for a minute. It's getting a bit hot in there. Whew. So if I spin it round, like so, I should be able to cut it. Hello. Double check. Yep, spot on. Right. Right. Just need to get them masonry chisels on the go now, just to trim up the corner. Come on, where have you gone? There There it is. Yeah, just trim up the corner. Make it nice and straight. See old lovely. I'll show you in a minute when I've trimmed it out if you like. And there we go. And that's number 2 cut and done. Let me have a look. There you go. The T-shape. And the reason that we do it this shape is the mullions make up the opening. They have a slot cut out of them. So this slides in and that end there butts up against the end of the slot. We do it on both sides, so it stops it sliding down and falling and killing somebody. So I've just trimmed up just a little edge there. It doesn't need to be too neat because that is inside that little rebate that's cut out. But yeah, there you go. I'm just going to get a jug of water now and chuck it on it so that you can have a look at the clean stone. Right, we've got a jug of water. Let's pour a bit on. There you go, you can see the stone now. A bit of a wipe. A lot of dust in the stone still because obviously it's been cut several times. You can see a lovely bit of graining in it and what have you. And that's it. That's going to spend the rest of its life now at the top of this bell tower. Right, so we'll cut you off there for today. I'm just going to go and put this one away. Pick up the offcuts of stone because I don't want to leave them around. So bugger up, pinch them. And that's today's done. And tomorrow we're going to attempt to fit them, which will be exciting. So we'll see you tomorrow. And there we are. We're up at the top. Just don't look down. Right, let's sort this rope out now. Can't believe I had to come all the way up here because the rope's stuck. which is down there trapped. Right, I'll get on with that. Let you finish your breakfast. And that's the old one down. Thank goodness. Heavy that. Well, we've got the stone down at long last. As you can see, it's split into two, which made it a little bit easier for getting it out. Unfortunately, the footage of me taking it out didn't work for some bizarre reason. It didn't come out, so apologies for that. But yeah, but these two bits, they're actually not too bad condition-wise. They're about 15mm thick, something like that. So possibly reuse them for something, because they're a nice thin piece. So say we've got, for example, a mullion that's got quite a bit of erosion on it. You know, we can cut a section out and cut a piece to fit and stick it in with a bit of the old epoxy, which is better than filling it with lime mortar, I suppose. It will last a lot longer. Right, okay, let's crack on with next bit. Well, that's torn it. It's absolutely piddling it down again. Okay, the rain's finally stopped. Now, just before I had a lunch break and shelter from the rain, I cut some strips and I've stuck them on with epoxy. These are good and solid now. Now, the reason I've done it is because the slot they're going into has quite a bit of erosion on it, and I don't want these really sort of relying on a bit of lime mortar to stop them rattling about. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reduce these in thickness with the old cup disc, because we don't need that much on it. But I did them bigger rather than smaller. I can take a bit off. Oh, I feel rain coming on again. But yeah, so that's basically what we're on with at the moment. The other one, which again is round here, I haven't got a clue whether I'll have to do that with the second one until I've taken out the other louver. It might not be as eroded as this one was, so I might not have to put any of these on it, which would be great if I don't. I've also cut a little drip mould into it, because this will be the underside of it, so any rain that's kind of like gets in there, instead of it taking this Harris off the corner, it'll drip out of that drip mould. I mean, it probably won't get any rain because they're actually on a tilt, these anyway, with them being a louver, but you never know, it might get some in there. And it won't hurt to have a little bit of a drip mould. Right, here we go. Right, so I managed to get quite a bit of thickness off it. I'm going to do the same on the other side now, and we'll come back to you when that is done. Right, well, let's see if it's the same thickness using the old dividers. Yeah, it's not too bad. And the reason that you want them the same thickness is purely if one's thicker than the other, it'll sit twisted. It'll look bad. But if they're both the same thickness, obviously it's going to sit straight. Okay, so that's ready now. You know what that means? The big lift. Yep, not looking forward to this. We'll see you up there. Right, so before I get that piece of stone up there, I need to get some more planks up there. As before. Up she goes. And it's caught again. There we go. Oh. Right, okay. I don't think I need to tie the rope off because it's heavier than what we're lifting. All the way up there. So I'll go up now and pull that plank in and then come down and repeat the procedure with that one. See you up. All I've got to do now is pull it in very carefully. Right, a simple procedure. Just have to undo this front rope, swing it in, undo the second rope, blow the rope down, and then do it all again. Here we go again. Take two. Let's get my hard hat out of the van. Last thing I need is a plank whacking me on top of head with no hat on. Would not be fun. Thing is with this shackle, it's not a spinny shackle. It's it doesn't spin. So the rope takes the spin and it ends up tangled. There we go, untangled. Yep, I'm sure if them Egyptians can build them pyramids, I can get a bit of stone up to the top of this church. You know, at the end of the day, they didn't have a crane or anything when they built this place. So they must have manhandled it with pulleys and things. Probably slightly better setup than I've got, but even so, I don't know what's gone wrong here. It's all gone pear-shaped there. It won't slip and grip. Try again. No, still not doing it. What's going on with that? That's better. Alright, making sure the rope's fairly even at either end, and then it goes up fairly straight. Right, let's pull this up to the top, and then run up again and take it off. And we can get a platform going. Put this stone up and in. So this is what we've been trying to achieve, because I need to get nearer to the job itself. There's a huge gap in the scaffold there, half a metre wide, and there's no tube, so I can't put planks there. But yeah, I can reach it now without struggling, and it doubles up as a handy seat. But it's quite safe because it's sat on the scaffolding there and there, and if you look inside there, there's a nice stone ledge that it's sat on as well, so it can't go anywhere. And it's only just over a metre wide, so this plank here isn't going to split away or anything like that, or at least we hope it won't. Right, so while we're up here, show you that's where the louver fits into. Now that side is quite deep, it's about 1.5 inches, as this side's about 1 inch. And the reason I think they did it is so they can basically get one side in, push it that way, and then come back. That's the only reason I can think that they'll have done that. I mean, they possibly fitted them from the inside, but I mean, they did suggest about taking all this down, but it's a massive job, absolutely huge to take all that down. So we're not going to do that. We're going to have to try and do them from the outside. You know, I mean, it's you're talking 2 or 3 days' work just to take the bloody timber out. You know, that's not happening. And we've got that bit there as well that's got to patch in. We can also now get to that bad one there. That's the second one we've got to change. It's in a worse state actually than the one we've just taken out. But they're all starting to go. You know, I mean, they've been sat there 150 years. And this one is thick with carbon. You know, so it's not breathing, so it's starting to shell look. You know, they all want coming out, right? Well, all of it wants coming out, all damn stone, everything, and redoing, but you know, they haven't got like 30 grand, 40 grand to do that. Right, there we go. You know what it means? It means that the stone has to come up next. Are we going to do it today? I don't know. We might see if we can get Chris to come and give us a lift, because trying to pull it up on that rope and tie it off and have a huge piece of stone dangling with the possibility of falling off is not good. Plus, if it does fall off and break, I don't think it'll do a lot of damage to anything because it's only grass below, but it'd mean another trip to the quarry, which we don't want to be doing. Right, that's the end of Friday and the end of this week's video. I hope you've enjoyed. A bit different this week, doing the stonework. Didn't film earlier in the week because it was boring. Yeah, it was just going around doing all the bits of snagging and things. I've still got bits of snagging to do, but it was still boring. Next week I've got to do the stone. Still not got it up there. I think it's going to be too dangerous to try on my own, so I'm going to get a hand with it. I need somebody at the top to take it off the rope when I pulled it up. It's too heavy to do on my own. Also, next week I need to finish the gilding of the hour hand on the second clock and put the minute hand back on, and then that's the clock finished. A couple of bits of snagging to do, and then we need to start cleaning down the scaffolding because they desperately want us off the job. Apparently the scaffolders are due to start charging them more money, so they want to be able to basically complete the job and get the scaffold down, which is fully understandable. Right, well, I'm going to leave you there now because I'm ready for home. So we shall see you next week for another episode of Messing About with an Old Church. See you next week.